IPOB's response to Simon Ekpa's imprisonment, a strategic triumph for Biafra's global relevance. The Biafran struggle, a decades-long quest for self-determination in Nigeria's southeastern region, has transcended local sentimentality to become a global political movement. The recent imprisonment of Simon Ekpa by Finland's Päijät-Häme district court for terrorism-related charges has spotlighted the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, and its commitment to nonviolence. IPOB's swift disassociation and celebration of Ekpa's 6-year sentence for inciting terrorism, participating in a terrorist organization, and financial crimes is not just a tactical victory, it's a masterstroke that counters Nigeria's narrative and reinforces Biafra's relevance on the world stage. To maintain this global presence, IPOB must double down on its peaceful advocacy, outsmart its adversaries, and seize the moment to redefine the Biafran struggle. Simon Ekpa, a former athlete and local politician in Finland, emerged as a self-styled autopilot Biafra leader after the 2021 arrest of IPOB's Nnamdi Kanu. Operating from Lahti, Finland, Ekpa used social media platforms like X to issue sit-at-home orders, form the violent Biafra Liberation Army, BLA, and claim leadership of an IPOB autopilot faction. His actions, including alleged incitement of attacks on civilians and security forces in Nigeria's southeast, led to his arrest on November 21, 2024, and subsequent conviction. The Finnish court ruled that Ekpa orchestrated terrorist activities from abroad, leveraging his 800,000-plus followers, marking a rare case of a Western nation prosecuting a diaspora figure for foreign violence. IPOB's response was unequivocal. The Media and Publicity Secretary of IPOB, Emma Powerful, declared Ekpa has never been a member of the global IPOB family, accusing him of being a Nigerian government agent tasked with tarnishing their peaceful campaign for a UN-supervised Biafran referendum. During Ekpa's trial, both IPOB and Ekpa testified under oath, with Ekpa denying any formal ties, calling himself a content creator. IPOB hailed the verdict as judicial validation, with supporters on X, IPOB Zurich, celebrating it as a cleanup of government-sponsored chaos. They accused Nigerian media and authorities of falsely presenting Ekpa as IPOB's leader to dent Biafra's image, a narrative IPOB swiftly dismantled. A killer dose to Nigeria's propaganda. The Nigerian government and its media allies have long labeled IPOB a terrorist organization, a designation the global community and IPOB rejected, emphasizing IPOB as a non-violent self-determination movement. By portraying Ekpa as IPOB's leader, Nigeria sought to justify crackdowns on Biafran activists and discredit the movement globally. IPOB's celebration of Ekpa's imprisonment is a killer dose to this strategy. It exposes Nigeria's alleged sponsorship of Ekpa to provoke violence, undermining IPOB's peaceful ethos. By aligning with the Finnish court's findings, IPOB not only clears its name, but also shifts the spotlight to Nigeria's tactics, including the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. This move resonates globally, where misinformation can sway perceptions of freedom movements. IPOB's proactive stance, calling out media outlets like the BBC and appealing to the EU, UN, US, UK, and Finland, positions it as a savvy player in international politics. It challenges Nigeria's narrative while appealing to human rights advocates wary of state overreach, especially after Kanu's rendition from Kenya, condemned by Western nations. IPOB must continue advocating nonviolence. The world is watching, and in an era of heightened scrutiny on extremism, peaceful movements like IPOB's, modeled on campaigns like Scotland's or Catalonia's, stand a better chance of gaining legitimacy. EKPA's violent rhetoric and BLA's actions risked conflating Biafra with terrorism, alienating potential allies in the UN or African Union. IPOB's rejection of Ekpa reinforces its commitment to civil disobedience and referendums, appealing to diaspora communities and international bodies. Family Writers Press International understand that this strategy is critical in a globalized world where social media amplifies voices but also invites scrutiny. Ekpa's conviction for online incitement aligns with efforts to curb digital extremism. IPOB's clean break from such tactics ensures it remains a credible voice, potentially attracting funding and support from the Igbo diaspora in the US, UK, and beyond. IPOB's response to Ekpa's imprisonment is a lesson in proactive strategy. The movement must continue to think faster than its adversaries, anticipating Nigeria's next moves. The government's collaboration with Finland signals a broader strategy to target diaspora activists, but IPOB's appeals to Western powers could counter this by framing Nigeria as a rogue state, suppressing legitimate aspirations. The internal fractures exposed by Ekpa's fall, such as BRGIE's disarray, strengthen IPOB's dominance, but require vigilance to prevent new splinters. To grow up and join global politics, IPOB must amplify diplomacy. Petition international bodies like the UN and AU for a referendum, leveraging Ekpa's conviction to highlight Nigeria's manipulations. Strengthen media presence. Counter misinformation through platforms like X and others, ensuring Biafra's narrative reaches global audiences. Unify the movement. Rally moderates and diaspora supporters around Kanu's trial, using peaceful protests to sustain momentum. Engage allies. Build coalitions with human rights groups and Western policymakers, framing Biafra as a case of self-determination, not rebellion. IPOB's swift celebration of Simon Ekpa's imprisonment is a strategic triumph that dismantles Nigeria's propaganda, reaffirms Biafra's peaceful ethos, and elevates its global relevance. By rejecting violence and exposing alleged state-sponsored sabotage, IPOB outmaneuvers its adversaries, positioning itself as a legitimate player in international politics. The Biafran struggle has indeed grown beyond local sentimentality. It's now a global cause demanding proactive, peaceful advocacy. As IPOB refocuses on Nnamdi Kanu's trial, it must seize this moment to unite supporters, engage the world, and keep Nigeria on the defensive. The message is clear: to stay relevant, Biafra must outthink its enemies and champion peace on the global stage. Article written by Family Writers Press International.